Hey everybody, how is it going? So, decided to go live and talk to you guys while I make dinner. Uh, and I'll get to the subject at hand here in a second. I wonder how that butter's going already. Um, Grab one. Let's see. 20th, 19th, 20th. That and okie dokie. So the other day, okay. These came from here. Okay, then that, or I could probably use these. I could use these. You could probably keep those up there. That's fine. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, hey, Luminous Whistle, Jam, Wise Old Lady. So when we were at Kroger the other day, and I was getting items, I didn't end up getting any heavy cream because it was too expensive. I just didn't want to pay that kind of money for, I don't know. It was crazy. But then it was like the next day or day after, I was looking at the Kroger app, and they had some kind of special, like, I don't know, like 20 off something, like if you get make a pickup order. Or anyways, it got me interested, and I was looking, and I noticed that the cream, which is this cream that I had just looked at like the day or two before, they were wanting, like, it was like $6.99 or something. Yeah, and I just was like, no. Well, just so happened they were on sale for $1.99 just a couple days later, so I grabbed up 5 of them. Yeah, it did. I think it was the very next day. So I grabbed up 5. I can see why they marked them down, because I was looking at my old one I had, and it expired in like February. The one that we just used up and had here already. And this expires January 19th. So, yeah, I'm guessing that they're wanting to get rid of a bunch of them. So I got 5 of them. So I have a lot of cream to use up. Fred uses it for his coffee sometimes too. I can open it just in case he wants to use some here. Which I just here, I'll let him open it. I just freaking messed it all up. Hey Betty. I was thinking about doing chicken alfredo tonight. Let's give it a few more minutes before I get into this. The PI thing is not, so people, I saw people, I'm not trying to do any type of misleading or anything. But it's really not about finding answers for. I mean, and if he can help with that, that would be amazing. I haven't hired him yet, huh?
I'm sure he can.
He's worked in community corrections. Anyways, it's crazy. I have a little story that I felt like was a sign from God that happened today. So, and you guys know, I don't like to contact people. Like, I don't like to talk on the phone or contact people. I have anxiety about it. It's weird. If I contact somebody, I'm going to do it usually by email. And if I don't have that option, then I just don't contact you. Because I don't know, it's weird. You can freeze creamer? Are you sure? That doesn't sound very I mean, I guess you use it to make ice cream, so yeah, so we have a lot of chicken to use too, so, and I know, and this is still, I should see if I can get Fred to separate some of these for us. I think I'll be okay. I think I can get it. Let's see, I'll just get a, I'll probably just boil the chicken to cook it. I'll just go ahead and get it started. Let's see, what is this? Okay, so I look nice tonight. You're funny. You're funny. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry, I was muted. Sending a voice message. Actually, oh, I know. That's another thing I was going to get. This old nurse. My daughter freezes her milk after it thaws. It's gross, too watery. Yeah, I would think, but maybe in cooking it would be okay. Okay, so got this chicken ready to start and boil here. Gotta put some boil the chicken for my alfredo. I'll do, gosh, I don't know if it will all fit in here. I'm not going to use all of this. I was, 1, 2, I need this one too. It's gross. Gross. Give me a second. I went to my regular gas station excursion today. And it was like a sign from God. I go in there and there was this stack by the register of business cards of this public or private investigator. I keep saying public investigator. Private investigator. I was like, weird. I just thought that was weird. And I mean, because I don't know. It just seemed like a sign to me. Okay. Read up on chat. Oh, I will. Okay. I know my head's cut off on camera. I meant to do that. No, I just think it's funny, Matthew, because I'm just like in sweats or whatever. You're like, oh, you look nice. Yeah, I am. I'll wash my hands. And also, we're going to wash. Give me a second. I see this stack of business cards. And it's for a private investigator. I'm like, whoa, is this like... I grabbed one. I asked the guy at the register, I'm like, do you know who this is? Like, or anything about this guy or whatever? It's like, no. But I looked into him and stuff, and I ended up calling him. And we ended up talking for like 40 minutes. He's used to be in community corrections, and wanted to start actually working towards doing something that actually really helps people instead of he said he felt like community corrections they don't really help. They just like try to get people in trouble in a way. And why am I pacing so much? I always pace when I'm on the phone, when I'm talking, I pace like constantly. That is my thing. That is totally my thing. That's what I'm known for. Do I not have like subscribers only on here right now? I thought I had it on like 2-hour subscribers only. Can somebody let me know? Yeah. When I'm on the phone talking, also, when I was leaving a message, I have to pace. It's just like anxiety thing. Oh my God. These people, are you fucking for real? Please just go away. These people, every single thing I do, like they have something to say. Like, please, will you go live cooking as well? Jeez Louise, I'm at home, guys. I'm not cooking at a restaurant. I'm really sure you don't fucking care if I get sick or not. I'm pretty sure you don't care. Person I've never seen before. Is my subscribers only on? What? You're more concerned about if I get sick than I am. Yeah, I pace constantly. Subscribers. Yeah, it says only subscribers of 2 hours or longer can send messages right at the top. Hey, Mimi. No, they just judge me on everything I freaking do. Hold on 1 second. I have to respond to this guy real quick. Okay, sorry. So I was just talking to that guy actually. That's who I was sending a message about, and he was just now telling me because he was going over my stuff that I had submitted him. I gave him my channel name and I told him like mention a couple problem people, I guess I could say it like that. Um, One of them being Prayer Garden. That's number one on the list to find out who Prayer Garden is, so we could do a whole a service here. This will be a service for the whole community. That was my plan when I saw that. I was like, and that's not just it, not just finding out prayer garden or figuring out how to get these people to stop with their lies, defamation. If he could help in any way and finding Summer Wells, that would be like the best ever, too. But obviously, I know there's law enforcement already involved, and um, yeah, I don't have, yeah, it like that to hire somebody to find Summer Wells. Um, but I just contacted him just to see like what he thought. Like, he was wanting to start his own like online presence or whatever. And I thought, like, well, maybe we can collaborate in some ways. He's local to me, and I don't know. He messaged back and told me a $500 retainer is what, he was thinking. But we talked for 40 minutes earlier, and he also has very good relationships with important people here locally, like the attorneys and judges and stuff. So he would be a really good person to rub elbows with in a way, because he would be able to get me in front or connected with certain people that he's friends with and that he's worked with in community corrections. Right. No, I was just telling you guys how this happened. It was crazy. Right there, a pile of private investigator business cards, like, and I've never seen really any advertisements for private investigators here in town or anything like that. And it just seemed I looked into the guy and looked into his background. I figured $500 was probably about what the going rate was going to be. But I was thinking maybe, if I could get, how they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's why you don't burn bridges. So you never know. Yeah, he has a license and all that. I looked into all that. So he's, not an Ernie Shell or something like that. But wouldn't that be like amazing if we could just, because I was thinking that yesterday. I'm like, how is it that people like Prayer Garden and some of these others get to come on here and straight up just put out all these slanderous lies every single day, nonstop, and they get to be on here anonymously, and it's been month after month, year after year of this, and we don't know who some of these people are, where they came from, like, if they could be also like, is she involved with Summer Wells? Like, did she know the Wells beforehand? That's stuff I want to find out. It's stuff that would help the case too. And that's not even just it. That's just, PG's just one a tip of, just a tiny, tiny bit of what needs to be, what I need help with. There's a Crystal Crime Time and 666, of course, and you know Tragedy Pimps Exposed is definitely. I'm sure people would love to know who that person is too. Yeah, so I got him interested in looking into my channel and stuff and watching my channel. That's how you do it. Just slowly get to know people, tell them your story. They get interested. He's already interested into missing, like true crime and stuff like that. Uh, so you never know. Might be able to work with him somehow in some way. And, where I help him in some way with the online presence that he's trying to build. And then he can help me figure out who these people who have been terrorizing the community and for years and sit here and, you know, put out a bunch of bullshit nonstop surrounding the Summer Wells case. And we're supposed to just believe them, but we don't have any idea who the hell they are. How come you can't stand still? These people are ridiculous. All that causes me to do is just, I just pace more. Oh, thank you, Katie. No, it doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. But what's funny is that these people will sit here and there they go, ruining that backup account that they just waited 2 hours to write something really hateful and negative on my chat. Like that's how they spend their Friday evenings. You haven't seen Juniper, you haven't been here since like the beginning and scene two, like how PG came about. She started like it's very suspicious. We found things that link her to Allie before even Summer went missing. We have to know who this lady is. I feel like she's in cahoots with freaking Dawn Wells. Not only her, but others. Plus, for my own self, you guys see the shit she's like putting out on her page every day in her little, picture she makes and stuff of Fred driving and Summer Wells in the back, like, trying to insinuate Fred kidnapped Summer Wells, that's straight up slander. You can't freaking sit there and she says things like he did it, like as if it's fact. I know, I already explained the pacing thing. I do that all the time. I'm bad about it. It's boring standing still. Their legs get tired more. So I'm going to send him a copy of Prayer Garden's channel. Want a copy of, let's see. And let's see who. Okay, 1 second while I send a message. Okay. Sorry, I had to send another voice message. We don't have any. I guess I'm gonna have to make noodles. Well, she has to act like she isn't for the Wells, but at times, you know. But anyways, I think that even just finding out who PG is would be a big help to the whole community, uh, and might even help figure out help some things in the Summer Wells case, like her whole and send like what is her whole motive, you know? Why does she straight up? I mean, I know for you guys don't know for a fact that I know because I live my life every day. And I know she straight up puts out straight up lies about me and Fred. Thinking about chicken alfredo. I talked to a private investigator today, Tiffany. I'm trying to get him to help us figure out who PG is so I could sue the hell out of her. And also so I can figure out like why she wants to cause so much confusion in the Summer Wells case. And there's a few things also I would love to find out who a few people are, and also get them to, if they're going to be on here constantly judging people's lives, then we need to know who they are. So, anyways, guys, I'm running that by you guys to see what you guys think. People have been trying to get me to get a lawyer or private investigator for years. And it's just, it's not that easy at all. I mean, it is easy, but not. Obviously, it's very expensive. And you also are not guaranteed anything with a private investigator or attorney. So, can help you with programs and well, we need to find out for sure, legally, I mean, we need this. Like, she's gonna say, if somebody like just me or you tries to say we know who she is, we have to have absolute proof. Like, she's gonna sit here and keep. We have to know. Like, I can't spend. Like, if I end up moving forward, I can't spend hundreds of dollars filing a civil case against her if I don't know for sure who she is, like 100%, because I do not have like money like that. I know it did go back to Kathy Morrison. She has got married and now is now Heather Head. Heather, when I looked back her old email, or when I looked back, like Googled her old phone number, I don't even know what it is, what it was, but I remember it went back to that Kathy Morrison name. You know what's interesting too is that Fred figured out is that there's a woman, and I don't want to I haven't really mentioned it because you don't want to just put people's names out, but there's a woman that has a last name, and I won't say it exactly, but her name is Kathy, and she has a last name that is something like Prayer Garden. And she is now a Morrison or Morris. And she's a local to the area. It makes us wonder. There is an actual lady who's a local who has a last name with Prayer Garden in it. And her name her name is Kathy. It's curious, it makes you wonder. I have footage where she called herself Kathy, like straight up on my channel. Like, we played it. It's in a short on my channel. All you have to do is go to my shorts. It's only probably a few back. And she straight up refers to herself as Kathy accidentally. And this was in October of 2021 when she did that. So this was early, when she first came around. So it's probably even though I've really thought she could be a Patricia, I really, really believe that for the longest time. I think she's definitely a Kathy something because she referred to herself as Kathy. Okay, let me get some. Please tell me I'm not completely out of. Oh, Archie Head. That's a big deal. Holy shit. If she's related to Archie Head, that would be a big deal. I didn't even think of that. Archie Head is was the pastor at that little church at the end of Light Hollow Road where JRLR was with Brandon. Wow, yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Fred, what do you think about that?
Archie's not pastor of that church. His grandfather owned that church. But he's not pastor.
Yeah, but he's tied to the church.
He just built on his
grandfather. Yeah, but I've heard, isn't Archie, like, isn't there something with that name though? The
no.
Het.
No, not Archie.
What about like Glinda or
his sister? Archie's sister was married to. Oh shit! I'm trying to think.
There's something with. I remember you telling me there's something with that name.
She was one married to Cotton Simpson, and then she was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Archie Head's sister.
So that'd be interesting because, you know, supposedly here, PG is coming on here, supposedly talking with Cotton's ex-wife, right? So that would make sense because she was claiming to talk to Cotton's ex-wife, who's was saying, oh, that there's these horrible things that they've heard about Fred, but they're not going to say anything or going to tell anybody.
Yeah, Glenda Head, she married.
So that's great. That would be that's interesting. There could be something to that last name Head. There really could be.
She was married to a lot of different people. She was married like 6 or 7 times. But she was married to Cotton Simpson, and then after Summer went missing, she started dating Pete Clark.
Heather, the name Heather does really sound really off, but like hearing the last name Head, that okay.
I mean, that's who Glenda Head lives right straight behind the church. That's where Brandon Clark lives. Last time I heard.
Wow, that is definitely something to look into. That's why I'm saying that's why, you know, nobody's ever gonna we need absolute proof. We have to prove it absolutely. Just so because I've been thinking about this, you know, civil thing against PG for a while. And but who do you file against? I can't just sit there and waste money. I don't have money like that at all. You know, I can't mess up. I don't have room for error when it comes to that.
But like Chad Light's mother, she was a Morrison before she married a Light. Maybe.
Chad Light was a Morrison. Chad Light's mother was a Morrison at one time. And Chad Light is Andy Bernard's best friend who passed away.
That's what Andy always speaks about. That's Chad.
Yeah, who got into.
That's when he talks about walking through that valley and stuff to Chad's all the time.
Can you hand me them? Oh.
Hand you what?
Well, I guess I could use this.
What would you need?
I was going to say milk. But I was thinking maybe I could use this instead since we have so much cream.
See, they live on Bell Road. That's where we're trying to figure out where
yeah. So okay, Lori. I remember you sent me a report, like something that was interesting recently, but I can't remember what it was. Is that funny? I remember you sent me something, but I can't remember. Let's see. We need to get these noodles made because it only takes a second to make the sauce. It's really fast. And the chicken, I don't even know how long I've had it boiling. I wasn't paying attention. I guess I should go by how long I've been live. 45 minutes about. Yeah, we need somebody who, we need to get people together to, like, maybe crowdfund for something like this, guys. Because it's something that needs to be done that would benefit all the community. And we're not talking about just PG either. There's a few of them on my freaking shit list, obviously. And I'm interested mainly because it's like, where did they come from, and why does it seem like PG was associated with these people before Summer went missing? Like, especially Allie. And like, who the hell is she? We need to know who this woman is. Sorry, we do. And I think it's going to blow people's minds when we figure out who she is. For sure, for sure.
The Sissy Bible account from 2016 to 19, she was associated with Allie.
Yeah.
From 2016 to 19.
Exactly. Yeah, she never says it's her opinion. It's always like, that's, I felt it was a sign, guys. I feel like this was a sign that, you know, let's see, I need probably 2 eggs too. And my Diet Coke. That's on this side. Yep.
You want egg in your Diet Coke?
No. Without egg this time. No, not that one. Yeah, okay. I need to ask him what kind of could he guarantee, on that at least? Because it's hard to agree to pay such, when you don't have, it's a lot of money just to blow on something that's not guaranteed, really. But if it was like a community thing, it wouldn't be. And just like people said, these people don't have any, they don't have anything, like, really. I mean, I would never be able to get anything really out of them, but at least, like, their check, they would, their check, certain income would be garnished that they couldn't get out of, at times, like tax season, for instance. she called herself Dale. Do you think she did it on purpose to make people think that she was Dale Terry? To try to throw people off because people were trying to already say it was her that. I know. I need to talk to this guy also about how to become a private investigator because I feel like because I know I am good with research and I just don't know what more tools these people have beyond what I could do myself, but I would think, he is a licensed PI, so I would think he'd have some kind of, people like private investigators, they do like the skip tracing where you find people who are trying to run from being served. Hey, Paula. I told that guy, and I truly believe it. It should be illegal to sit here and be able to anonymously put out propaganda, lies, slander, defamation. And it is, in a way, illegal, but it should be illegal to do it anonymously. I don't know. I feel like people can have free speech, yes, but I'm all about free speech. I don't like to be censored at all. So I never heard her call herself Dale, but I have heard her call herself Kathy. And it was very, very early on, back in October of 2021. So, and it seemed to be by accident, and it was before anybody really. It was probably like her first or second time on panel. Hey, crazy girl. Well, once it's out there, people are going to be, I would think her community should be upset if they find out I would think they would be mad if they find out she's known the Wells or people associated with this case before Summer went missing, because we don't know where did she come from. She claims to have all this information, and My guess is her channel is probably registered under somebody else's name. I would almost bet money on it that the account she has connected to it, like the Google AdSense account, it's probably like a family member or, yeah. No, it's definitely a family member. I was going to say or a friend, but no, it's got to. Here, we'll add a little bit of. Hey, Diana. Yes. I mean, the door's not on camera. You can walk in here to the fridge if that's what you're doing. Huh? Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. I was talking to Caitlin. I'm making noodles right now. Oh, really? Cool. Bring them in there. Yes, chicken alfredo. I'm going to turn off the chicken back here. Speaking of chicken. Tiffany, do you know who Tragedy Pimps Exposed is? Oh, how dare I not use Bisquick? Yeah, I know, right? PG had a problem with me using or making my own noodles instead of making them making them by scratch instead of making them with she's saying just get a can of Bisquick. Make your noodles that way. Okay. If you're gonna do all that, you might as well make them yourself. Well, we have to have absolute proof who she is so we can figure out like what her real ties is to Dawn, because it could really solve some things, you know? Because if she knew him and if she is buddies with them and has been this whole time, that's like a huge issue. Because then it makes you think, well, why? They must be trying to hide something. she's not going to come on here and try to act like Fred's the, you know, the number one suspect. When while she's being buddies with Dawn Wells. Like, come on now. Make it make sense. We need to know what is really going on. Got my rolling mat here. Still a little too dry. Fred made cornbread the other day with using this instead of milk, the cream, and it made it like really like crumbly for some reason. You wouldn't think it would make a difference between if you use, I mean, as far as the texture, if you use cream or milk, but this is actually like a workout for real. Oh. For real, for real. I'm making noodles with this. I'm about to get my That is quite the workout, guys. What's my opinion on working with the resin? I love it. I'm actually ordering a bunch more molds, used molds off somebody. And so I can make like dominoes and bunch of cool stuff. I need to get some regular resin that's not UV. But yeah, I like working with the regular resin for big items, like bigger items, like if you're going to make like a chessboard, dominoes, stuff like that. It's best to really use resin that you just let set. I mean, unless you really want to get fancy with it, because it's harder to customize the resin that you let out, like set. The UV resin is better for like jewelry and stuff like that. Okay, so there's my nude dough ball. And I've like seriously broke into a sweat over this. In order to get her info, like if you strike her or whatever, she would have to. I don't know if they I don't know. Like, I think you have to. She would have to like contest a strike or something for it to give her info, I think. But she could have her channel under like somebody else's name. I don't know. Has anybody ever struck PG and got her info? Like, what's it say? Oh, really? Oh, he knows who the Head family is. Her phone is in her daughter's name. So PG's daughter's name is Heather Head. Did you find out what her mom? What? Okay, so then what's her name? Wow. Okay, so Heather Head was what that number was coming back to. Do you know Heather Head? Do you know Heather Head? A Heather Head or Heather Alexander?
I might know of it. Heather Alexander. I was locked up with a boy that who contacted me on Heather Alexander.
You're locked up with somebody who was in contact with her?
Yeah. And him and his buddy was in there on kidnapping a young boy.
Really?
Over a drug debt.
Shut up.
Alconwell Heights.
Okay, so wait. Okay, let's start this over right now. Okay, so you're saying that you were in jail with a guy who was like had a relationship with this Heather Alexander,
With a Heather Alexander.
and then
wife,
it was his wife allegedly, and then what? And then
he just talked about his charges and stuff.
he had charges for kidnapping.
Yeah, him and one of his friends that kidnapped a boy.
He talked about the fact that he kidnapped a boy.
Yeah, it was his charges.
Minor. A minor?
Yeah,
like why?
He was like
what did he try to
old.
say? 4 years old? What did he try to say he was doing?
They took him hostage over a drug debt.
They took the little boy hostage over a drug debt. Wow. Interesting. That's PG's daughter, that Heather girl, supposedly.
It was over a cocaine debt.
So a cocaine debt. So PG's daughter's boyfriend is in jail for kidnapping. If it's the same one, yeah, if it's the same one. He was talking to a Heather and Alexander. Who? What was? Are you not able to say the guy's name, or
He went by Josh.
he went by Josh?
Joshua.
Joshua.
He's in cell 108.
So he went by Joshua with that same last name. So, do you know if that Heather has a husband named Joshua, Tiffany?
I mean, there's a lot of people that I was in jail with that had kidnapping charges in B-Pod. Just about 80% of them had kidnapping charges.
Wow. Does she have a husband named Joshua? I don't know if you remember the husband's name.
I mean, there may not be no relation to that.
It could be a totally different Heather and or totally different. But that's interesting that it just so happens that that person has charges like that. You know what I mean? Dude, if it comes out that PG's daughter's husband is in jail for kidnapping, I'm going to freaking lose my freaking mind. Actually, what I'm going to really lose my mind on is when it comes out that she's had, had some relationship going on with Don Wells and knew him years in advance. I need a head. You're so stupid. What's this? Let me
And Candace Bly, right over there. This is the Morrison Cemetery.
Oh yeah, there's a Morrison cemetery.
From
Yeah.
Beach Creek Road.
Yep. Somebody
Their
sent me
house is
this.
right there, over there on the hill. There is a cemetery here.
What do you think about this? This is kind of everything here. This is the only one that has it unmarked, and the red ribbon is not bleached from the sun. There's no headstone. There's no information like everybody else has something here.
I mean, where else to hide a body than a cemetery right next to your house? This cemetery here is the Morrison Cemetery, and it is literally right across the street from where Don Wells and Candace Bly lived. Where is Summer Wells? Where?
So yeah, Fred I talked about that before, how like Fred mentioned, is she related to the Morrisons? Because in the area. And then, there's that Morrison cemetery. Tiffany, do you know if Heather's husband's name is Joshua? The one that. Here, I need to take these out to look cool down and I can. Let it cool down a second. And I'll pull off the bone here in a second. Punch that no. Oh, I hit the freaking table. So I know PG's going to be really, really mad, but you can't come on here and distract in a children's case. And if we find out that you are associated with Don Wells and been on here for 3 years to purposely cause confusion, to take away focus on your lover boy, Don Wells, the father of missing Summer Wells, who would be, what, she's be 9 here next month? She'll be 9 here next month. It's hard to keep track. Way too many birthdays have passed. Way too many birthdays have passed. So yeah, drop your link. Hey, Rosemary. Okay, so. Oh, we need my, this thing's awesome. Thank you, Annie, for getting me this. Annie Dawn, and this mat and this roller makes my life so much easier. Come on now. Cut this one up, but there's another one somewhere. I don't know where I don't know. I'll definitely check that out. I just have to hurry and get this done because I'll be like, making noodles is really not that time consuming if you actually focus on it, but I'm never focusing on it. I'm always just blabbing. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut some nudes. Yeah, I did let it rest a little bit. It's been resting for a while now. I've been moving really slow. Yeah, I want to know if she's married to a Joshua, because that will definitely put more you don't know what her real name is, or you just know that the number came. You don't know what is her name Heather too? Is that what you were saying, or? is the mat so I'm not sure. But I don't know. The mat is it helps it not, yeah, the silicone helps it not stick. This is how I made my noodles for chicken and noodles that I posted on my wall the other day that were really good. No. Chicken Alfredo. Not crock pot, but I do need a, why does it have to be crock pot? It is. You don't really slow cook Alfredo. You know the crock pot is a slow cooker, right? That means they cook slow. As in that's something you start like earlier in the day if you're gonna use. So anyways, does pretty good. You would think that the dough would stick together, but it does pretty good staying separated and not getting stuck back together like you would think. But I am obviously still careful about separating them and letting them I let them kind of dry a little bit while I'm cutting the others. And grab the next one. Put a little thin layer of some flour for my little pile here. Noodles give you gas. You like to eat just plain dough? I could see cookie dough, but holy. This cookie dough is like one of my favorite types of ice cream. So it's actually not that time consuming. It's just that I sit here and blab. Okay. They don't obviously have to be perfect because you're just eating them. So I love this thing. This thing is definitely handy. This roller. There are machines that they have that people use to make, roll their dough through, and it pretty much makes your noodles for you in a way. But this is a cheaper way to get it done quicker without having to cut each individual one. At least you're cutting, getting 4 at a time this way. On to the second one. Hey, middle finger. Yeah, so you boil the dough and it becomes noodles. Yes, it does. Actually, here, let's go ahead and actually get this probably boiling. We'll use we'll just use the water I used for the chicken just to give the noodles more flavor. So I guess I should just turn on because it only takes a second to cook them. You just drop them in boiling water, and then once they float to the top, they're ready, and it literally takes seconds. The kitchen big mixer has all the attachments. What? Huh, a kitchen big mixer. No, but I'm making chicken alfredo, guys, for those who just joining and wondering what I'm making. Because like I was talking about earlier, I got a whole bunch of cream on sale for super cheap. So I have to either use it up or I got a bunch of it. But yeah, the chicken noodle soup that I made with these noodles, I mean, they weren't exactly this. I don't really go by a recipe like anymore. I just like go by how it looks. Just like how I used heavy cream instead of milk in the noodles. You could also use water in the noodles. Water and oil. Okay. It looks like, I don't know. I'm going to do that. I made the mistake of making them way too thick, like the very first time I made noodles. So that's kind of probably a very common rookie mistake. So learn from me and don't do that. Unless you're really wanting super thick noodles, they do kind of, you want to let them set to a little bit like somebody was saying earlier, because it helps take the puff out too. Because when you put them in the water, they will puff up a little bit. There we go, guys. We got our noodles about I have some all right. So now we'll go over here, turn on this one. This is boiling. We'll just turn that down for now and I'm going to put my, let's see, I'm trying to remember, it's I'm trying to think how much to do here. First, we definitely need at least one of these. I'm trying to think if butter. Let's see. We'll just do about okay. Put about 3 cups heavy or whipping cream. I'm not gonna put full 3 cups, but let's see. 1. So we'll just do let that get warmed up there. I need garlic, Italian seasoning, and salt and pepper. So Italian seasoning, garlic. Don't I have a garlic that's already opened? Garlic powder. This is hard to do because it's let's just do 2 of these heaping. Okay. Garlic. Italian seasoning we'll use about just a teaspoon, it says. Usually don't go by. I am kind of going by this recipe, even though I just said I wasn't going to. It's when I just kind of reference teaspoon salt and half teaspoon pepper. I just say, nothing worse than adding too much, especially salt. Oops, nope, not that. Maybe this. There we go. So get those spices all nice and mixed in. And all we're going to do is pour this cheese that I have right here in there and let it melt. And then stir until it turns into a workable. It will be stringy, but eventually the stringiness will go away. And that's when you know, like, it's done. Let me see what you guys are saying here. You guys have seen me make this sauce before, so I'm going to go here in a second because I need to finish this. It's almost done. It's literally going to take me about 5 to 10 more minutes. Like, I'm pretty much done. I mean, I just have to throw that in boiling water, and then also the chicken we're going to debone. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to also put this in the oven. I guess I could do that while this half of the garlic bread. Hopefully it's not freezer burnt. Just lay that in the oven. And that's it. All right, guys, I will talk to you all later.